you ever get that feeling? You know the feeling that somebody's following you? Maybe you tell yourself that it's just your imagination, but you still quicken your step or close the bedroom door. After all, the news and No Sleep are full of stories about people who must have felt just what you're feeling and ended up dead. You don't want to look like an idiot who's scared of their own shadow, but then you don't want to appear in tomorrow's news either. I've had that feeling my entire life. There's something following me. I was 5 years old when my parents were killed. One of my earliest memories is waking up to the sharp, tangy smell, coming downstairs and finding my mum and dad laying in a pool of blood. A neighbour called the police, and the officers found me lying unconscious in the doorway. It wasn't too surprising that I'd fainted. By all accounts, the scene was pretty grisly. The coroner said it looked like they'd been attacked by some sort of large animal, most likely a bear or a wolf, but nobody was quite sure how it got inside the house. The next incident happened 3 years later, when I was 8 and my aunt and uncle, who were raising me, were slaughtered in their sleep. Same pool of blood, same coroner's report. I had no other living relatives, so I was put into foster care and was in and out of several homes for the rest of my childhood. I was a loving child. I wanted to be friends with everyone, but the moment I got close to anybody, the same thing would happen. After a while, nobody wanted me. I once overheard a social worker refer to me as that weird kid with the curse. Luckily, I aged out of the system soon after that. I don't know why nobody made the connection sooner, but it was only when I was in college and my roommate was killed while I was in the room with him that the police began to get suspicious. I know what you're thinking. He's obviously did it. You won't believe how many detectives have said the same thing. I've been in and out of police stations so much I should almost have my own revolving door. Every case there's always one cop who's convinced that I'm a serial murderer, but no evidence has ever been found against me. I'd almost say it was just a set of weird coincidences, but there are some similarities between the crimes. It always happens to someone I'm close to, just after I've made a proper connection with them. The victims are always look like they have been mauled to death by some large animal, but there's usually no way it could have got into the house, and no animal has ever been found. There are often samples of saliva, and once, thick grey hairs on the bodies, but DNA tests on these are always inconclusive. I'm always in the house during the attacks, but they only happen when I'm asleep or out of the room. Needless to say, this has had quite the effect on my life. I don't get on with the police, mainly because so many of them have tried to get me arrested over the years. I'm always paranoid that, one day, they'll choose to just shoot me rather than go through the futile search for evidence again. Of course, I don't really get along with anybody anymore. Having everybody you ever loved brutally murdered will do that to you. I don't talk to people. I don't let myself get close to people. I've quit several jobs just because I felt I was getting along too well with a co-worker, though that's not as bad as the few times I've been too late. I think I'm too late now. I've always been good at avoiding girls, always managed to leave whenever I started feeling something for one of them. But Susie got under my skin. She made me laugh, she made me smile, she held my hand while I cried and told her about my past, and then said that she didn't mind about all of that. I think I went a bit mad. Now we're in the house together and I'm afraid to leave the room, afraid to fall asleep. I can feel that feeling like there's somebody in the room with us, but I can't see them. It's like they're standing right next to me, right in my blind spot, like they're looking over my shoulder, looking at her, and waiting for me to leave. My vision's getting dimmer, and I know I'm about to black out. I can feel the hair growing all over, like ants crawling up through my skin, and taste the blood in my mouth and smell it on my hands as my nails and teeth begin to lengthen. Susie leans against my shoulder and mutters something in my sleep, and suddenly, she's not Susie. Suddenly she's just meat, and I can hear the blood pulsing through her veins, calling to me. It's happening again. God damn it, me. It's happening again. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. You can also leave a comment below. All feedback, good or otherwise, is always appreciated. If you have any creepy stories of your own, or have any topics that you would like me to cover, feel free to send them in via any of my social media. You can find all links to my social media in the description below. Until next time guys, make sure you lock your doors, stay safe, and I'll see you next video.